The lobby floor was wet. A yellow sign said, "Caution, wet floor." Still, the young boss in the expensive suit didn't slow down. He pointed at the old cleaner with the mop and shouted, "Move, nobody. You're in my way." The cleaner froze. His hands shook. The mop slipped from his fingers. Behind the boss, a full camera crew stood ready. The big red light on the main camera turned on. They were already recording. And every word he said was caught on camera. The story started that morning. Samuel, the cleaner, reached the office before sunrise. He was in his late 50s. His back hurt all the time. His hands were rough and cracked from years of work. Still, he smiled as he pushed his cleaning cart. Samuel whispered to himself, "Just one more month, then I can pay Grace's college fee." Grace was his daughter. She studied hard. She wanted to be an engineer. Samuel wanted her to have a better life. He checked the time. 5:30 a.m. No one else was in the building. He started mopping the front lobby. Big glass doors. Marble floor. Shiny reception desk. This company was one of the top media agencies in the city. They made TV ads and online videos. Today was a special day. They were shooting a big company video about respect and family values. The posters on the wall said, "We are one team. Every person matters." Samuel looked at the poster and smiled. "Every person matters," he read softly. "I hope they mean it." A few hours later, people started to come in. Staff, designers, editors, managers. Samuel greeted them all. "Good morning, sir." "Good morning, ma'am." Some smiled back. Some walked past without even looking at him. Then the elevator opened. Ethan Carter stepped out. Ethan was the young operations head. Rich family. Expensive watch. Latest phone. He was the owner's nephew, and everybody knew it. He liked to speak loudly. He liked people to move when he walked. He liked to feel important. Today, he was extra proud. He was the face of the new company video. In the video, he was supposed to talk about kindness, respect, and teamwork. A woman from the camera crew walked next to him. She said, "Ethan, we'll shoot your scene when you walk in through the main door. You'll greet the staff, shake hands, show how friendly you are." Ethan nodded, not really listening. He was more focused on his hair and his suit. Outside, the weather was bad. Heavy rain. Dirty water on the street. The director called out, "Positions, everyone. We'll shoot when Ethan walks in. Remember, this is about how we treat everyone in the company, okay?" The camera crew took their places. One camera pointed at the door. Another camera pointed at the lobby. Samuel was still mopping the wet floor near the entrance. He heard the director say, "We want everything clean and perfect in the frame." Samuel hurried. He wanted the floor dry before the big people came. As he was mopping, the glass doors burst open. Ethan walked in with strong steps. The cameraman whispered, "Rolling and action." But Ethan didn't care about the camera. He saw Samuel in front of him, blocking his way. He stopped and yelled, loud enough for the whole lobby to hear, "Hey! Move! Do you not see me? Who put this nobody in the middle of the entrance?" The lobby went quiet. The mop shook in Samuel's hand. Samuel looked up slowly and said in a soft voice, "I'm sorry, sir. The floor is still wet. I don't want you to slip." Ethan rolled his eyes. "Do you think I have time for your stupid floor? When I walk, you move. Understand? You are nobody here." Samuel's eyes filled with tears, but he blinked them back. He stepped aside quickly. The camera was still rolling. The red light was bright. Every word, every insult, recorded. The director's mouth opened in shock. The sound guy stared at Ethan, then at Samuel. One of the assistants whispered, Is he serious? This is supposed to be a respect video." At that moment, the HR manager, Mia, walked into the lobby. She saw Samuel standing there, eyes wet, holding the mop. She saw Ethan laughing and adjusting his tie. And then she saw the red recording light on the camera. Mia's heart dropped. She thought, "Please tell me that camera was off." But it wasn't. And what happened next would change everything. The director slowly turned to Mia and said, "Mia, the cameras were live. The board already saw everything." Mia felt her legs go weak. "Wait, what do you mean live?" she asked. The director rubbed his forehead. "The board wanted to watch the behind-the-scenes shoot from home. We sent them a private live feed. They just saw Ethan call your cleaner, nobody, in the lobby, during a respect video." Mia closed her eyes for a second. Great. Just great. Ethan still didn't understand what he had done. He walked to the mirrors near the elevator, fixed his collar and said, "Why did you all freeze? It's just the cleaner. Come on, let's shoot the real scene now." The cameraman clenched his jaw. He whispered, "If this goes out, we're all finished. This is not the image of the company." Samuel stood quietly in the corner. He looked at his own reflection in the glass door. Old. Tired. Small. He could still hear the words. "You are nobody." He thought about his daughter Grace, studying at home. He thought about how she always said, "Papa, one day I'll make you proud." He smiled sadly and wiped his eyes with the back of his hand. Mia walked towards Samuel. Her voice was soft. "Samuel, are you okay?" He nodded, even though he was not okay at all. "Yes, madam. I am fine. I am used to it." "Used to it?" she repeated, feeling a stab in her chest. Samuel looked down. "People like me, we just clean. No one wants to see our face. If I say something, I could lose my job. So I stay quiet." Mia's eyes filled with tears. Behind them, Ethan clapped his hands loudly. "Can we hurry up? I have a dinner tonight. Let's shoot my scene, then you all can go back to whatever you do." At that exact moment, Mia's phone buzzed. It was a message from Mr. Kane, the company owner. Message from Mr. Kane. "Bring Ethan and the cleaner to the conference room. Now. Also bring the footage." Mia's heart raced. She looked up at Ethan. "Ethan," she said, trying to stay calm. "Mr. Kane wants to see you. And Samuel. Right now." Ethan frowned. "Samuel? Why him? He's nobody." Mia stared at him. Her voice turned cold. "Not today, Ethan." She turned to Samuel. "Samuel, please come with me. Don't be afraid." Samuel swallowed. "Am I in trouble?" Mia shook her head. "You are not the one in trouble." They walked down the hallway. The camera team followed with the recorded clip. People from different departments peeked out of their doors. Whispers spread. What happened? Why is the cleaner going to the conference room? Did someone mess up the shoot? The conference room door was open. A big screen on the wall. A long table. Several chairs. Mr. Kane sat at the head of the table. He was calm, but his eyes were cold. Next to him sat two board members, watching the screen. Mia, Ethan, and Samuel stepped inside. "Sit," Mr. Kane said. Ethan sat down quickly. Samuel stayed standing until Mia pulled a chair for him. He whispered, "I can stand." She replied, "No, Samuel. Sit." Mr. Kane pressed a button on the remote. The big screen came to life. They all saw the lobby. They saw Samuel mopping the floor. Then they heard it. Ethan's own voice, loud and clear. "Move, nobody. You're in my way. You are nobody here." The room went silent. No one moved. Ethan's face turned pale. His mouth went dry. He looked at the screen, then at Mr. Kane. "Sir, I didn't know the camera was rolling. It was just a joke. He knows I was joking, right?" He turned to Samuel, panicked. Tell them you didn't mind. Come on." Samuel looked down at his hands. They were shaking. "If you were in his place," the narrator could say to the viewer, "would you call this a joke?" Mr. Kane placed the remote on the table. He asked quietly, "Ethan, is that how you talk to people who work for us?" Ethan tried to smile. "Sir, he's just the cleaner. I was stressed. It was nothing." Mr. Kane leaned forward. "Just the cleaner?" He pointed at Samuel. "This just cleaner has worked here longer than you have been alive." Ethan blinked. "What?" Mr. Kane continued. "Samuel joined this company before we even had this big building. He cleaned our first small office when we had only 3 employees. He stayed late every night. He opened the gate early every morning. And when we had a fire in the storeroom 5 years ago, do you know who risked his life to pull out the files?" Ethan swallowed hard. "Who?" "Samuel," Mr. Kane said. Samuel stared at the table, embarrassed. He never liked attention. Mia wiped a tear from her eye. Mr. Kane looked at Ethan and asked, "Tell me, Ethan, in this company, who is nobody?" Mr. Kane's voice turned firm. "Because after what we all saw on that screen, I'm starting to think the real nobody here is not Samuel." The tension in the room was heavy. Even the sound of the air conditioner felt loud. Ethan tried to laugh it off. "Sir, come on. You know me. I'm loyal. I work hard. I didn't mean it like that." Mr. Kane shook his head slowly. "Loyal," he repeated. "Today, we were shooting a video to show the world that we respect every person in this company. And our own operations head is caught on camera doing the opposite." He looked at Samuel. "Samuel, did anyone ever talk to you like this before?" Samuel hesitated. He did not want to get anyone in trouble. He opened his mouth, then closed it. Mia touched his arm gently. "Speak the truth, Samuel." You won't lose your job. Samuel took a deep breath. His voice shook as he spoke. Sir, sometimes, people talk like this. They don't see me. They see only the floor, the mop, the trash bags. They call me hey you, old man. Or just whistle. But today, when he called me nobody, it hurt different. A tear rolled down his cheek. He wiped it away quickly. I know I am just a cleaner. I don't know big words. But I am a father. My daughter respects me. She thinks I'm a good man. When he said I am nobody, for a moment, I believed him. The room went silent again. Ethan lowered his head. Guilt hit him like a wave. He remembered the posters on the wall. Every person matters. He felt small. Mr. Kane looked straight at Ethan. My company will never be a place where a man like Samuel feels like he is nobody. He turned to the board members. We have a choice today. We can pretend this did not happen. Or we can show that we mean what we say. One of the board members nodded. The cameras don't lie, she said. The world will see this one day, whether we want it or not. Mr. Kane took a deep breath. Ethan, he said. From today, you are suspended from your position as operations head. Ethan jumped up. What? Sir, no please. My uncle. Mr. Kane cut him off. Your uncle gave you a chance here. You used that chance to step on others. Power is not for people who cannot respect even the ones who clean their mess. Ethan's eyes filled with tears. He had never been spoken to like this. Please, sir, he whispered. I'm sorry. I really am. Give me one more chance. I'll apologize. Mr. Kane nodded slowly. You will apologize. But not only in this room. You will apologize in the same place. Where you insulted him. He turned to Mia. Call the staff to the lobby. Set up the cameras again. We will record something else today. Mia nodded and left the room. Samuel stood up too. Sir, please, he said softly. I don't want to see anyone lose their job because of me. Mr. Kane looked at him with kindness. You are a good man, Samuel. That is exactly why you will not lose anything. In fact, he took a folder from the table and opened it. I was going to announce this next month. But I think today is the right day. He showed Samuel a paper. From today, we are creating a new position. Workplace Care Supervisor. This person will make sure the building is safe, clean, and that all staff are treated with respect. They will handle complaints from support staff. They will help train new cleaners, guards, and office boys. And we want you, Samuel, to take that job. Samuel's mouth fell open. Me? But I'm just... Don't say just a cleaner, Mr. Kane said gently. You have given your life to this company. You know more about this building and its people than anyone. You deserve this. Samuel's eyes filled with tears. He covered his face with his hands and cried silently. If you were watching this, the narrator could say to the viewers, would you also cry with him? A few minutes later, everyone stood in the lobby. Staff from every floor. Designers, editors, managers, guards, receptionists. The cameras were ready again. The red lights were on. This time, Ethan did not walk in like a king. He walked slowly, eyes on the floor. Mr. Kane stood beside Samuel in front of everyone. Today, Mr. Kane said loudly, our cameras caught something we did not plan to show. They caught how one of our leaders spoke to a man who has worked here for many years. A man who always came early. Who always stayed late. Who kept this place clean and safe for all of us. He placed a hand on Samuel's shoulder. From today, Samuel is no longer just our cleaner. He is our workplace care supervisor. The staff started clapping. Some even shouted, Congratulations, Samuel. Samuel cried and smiled at the same time. He bowed his head in gratitude. Then Mr. Kane turned to Ethan. Ethan, he said, you have something to say. Ethan looked at Samuel. His voice shook. In front of all the staff, in front of the cameras, he said, Samuel, I'm sorry. I called you nobody. But you are not nobody. You are more loyal to this company than I have ever been. I was proud, arrogant, and blind. I hurt you with my words. Please forgive me. Samuel looked at him quietly. Then he said, I forgive you, sir. But I hope you will never call anyone nobody again. Ethan nodded, tears in his eyes. I won't. I promise. The cameras recorded every second. This time, they weren't faking a respect video. They were showing real respect. Real karma. The video the company finally shared was not the one they planned. It showed the truth. The insult. The pain. The apology. The change. Millions of people watched it online. Many wrote comments like, I cried for Samuel. Respect all workers. Never call anyone a nobody. Samuel's daughter Grace watched it too. She hugged her father and said, "Papa, you are my hero." He smiled with tears in his eyes. For the first time in a long time, he felt seen. He felt like somebody. Never call anyone nobody. In this world, titles and money can disappear. But kindness and respect are what make a person truly important.